EOGs. So today, 10th day of EOG review. One of the things I've noticed we do need to go over a little bit more or review from earlier in the year, ratios and the problems associated with those. Ratios usually don't have a whole lot of math to them, just the ratio problems. You just have to pay attention to what it's asking and what the order is. Sometimes you have to do a little bit extra. This is one where we got to do a little bit extra. So we got a drawer, it has 5 spoons, 12 forks, and some knives. There are 21 utensils in the drawer. What is the ratio of forks to knives? How many forks are there? 12. So we got 12 to something, right? How many knives are there? There are 4 knives. We have to figure it out though, right? If there's 21 utensils and we got 5 spoons, 12 forks, we'd have to subtract the 17 and whatever was left was the knives. So the ratio, forks to knives, is going to be 12 to 4. Okay? Order is important. Order really matters for these, okay? Sometimes those can be simplified like fractions also on answer choices. So what number goes into both those? 4. So we could simplify that down to 3 to 1 potentially, okay? So either one of those could show up as the answer choice on a problem like this. Any questions on that? All right, so I changed one of the numbers on here, but basically this is like one we did yesterday. We had a ratio of the height of a shorter building to the height of a taller building is 3 to 5. The height of the shorter building is 39 feet. What is the height of the taller building? When a problem gives you the ratio, like this one does, we can use that ratio to make a proportion. So I've got 3 to 5. Which one's the shorter building? Yeah, the lower number, right? Shorter would be lower. So this is our short building. This is our tall building. When you set up the other side, there's a reason I labeled this. It's important to make them match. Our 39 feet right here, is that the taller or the shorter building? That's the shorter building, so that means that 39 has to go on top because that's the shorter building, and what we're trying to find is the taller building. Okay? Everybody clear on how I set that up? The labels can be very helpful for this. All right? So you cross multiply 5 times 39 divided by 3 gives us 65, right? Any questions on that one? Labels will be helpful on those. So go ahead and give this one a try. This is another one that's maybe a little bit on the trickier side. So this is one where the labels are important. So most of you got your ratio of 2 to 3. That 2 will be a multiplying section, 3 would be the dividing section. Order matters, multiplying was first, then dividing. A lot of you, I see, are setting it up like this. What that is that 175 is the amount of pages. So I've got to make a change. All right, which number do I need to change? Or which number is probably easiest to change? The 3, right? So if I get rid of that 3 and I need my sides to match, it needs to be a total. So what would be the total number there then? 5. All you have to do is take the numbers from the ratio, add them together, and that gives you a total. So now my sides match, right? So we cross multiply 175 times 2, and then divide that by 5, and what's that give you? 70. All right, now 70, is that the multiplying or dividing section? Multiplying, because again, it has to match up, right? So we got the multiplying. How do we get the dividing section then? You could change the 2 to a 3 and do your proportion again, right? Or there's 175 total pages. If 70 of them are multiplying, what's left is the dividing. Both ways would work. Really, with a calculator, changing the 2 to a 3 and doing the proportion doesn't really take much longer than it would to subtract it, though. Okay? The other thing that the ratios and proportions can be used for is making predictions or estimates by taking something done in one time frame and expanding it to say, like, oh, how much could they do in this time? So that's what we got here. 280 tickets in 4 hours. How many tickets in 7 hours? Well, it's a pretty easy proportion to set up, right? So if I take 280 and 4, that was tickets, that's hours. Other number I got in this problem is the 7, right? Is that tickets or hours? Hours. So we put it there. Hmm? 400? Oh, 490? Are there other ways to do a problem like this? Yeah. You could take the 280 tickets and divide it by 4. And what that would tell you is every hour they would sell 70 tickets. Well, if they're selling 70 tickets every hour, to figure out how many they sell in 7 hours, you just multiply that by 7, and again, we get the 490. If you look, it's the same math, isn't it? You multiply by 7 when you cross multiply in the proportion, and you divide by 4, we're just doing it in the different order.